Now, this is a fascinating race. Diamond Jubilee, 16 entries. Headington School, one of the strongest of the rowing schools, possibly the strongest girls' school, and then Ruyton Girls' School from Melbourne, Australia.
Yes, this is a race I've been looking forward to. I think we've got possibly the best British women's junior quad scull racing here for Headington, and certainly the best Australian crew of this year. In fact, the Australian crew hasn't been defeated in school girl events in Australia since February of 2015. That's the school on the right, the crew on the right from Ruyton, Ruyton Girls' School in Melbourne. The school where Kim Brennan, the current world single sculls champion, went to school, and she's a heroine for these girls, although she didn't row at school. She was a 400-metre hurdler before a hip problem moved her from athletics to the noble sport of rowing, where she's been quite successful. And what an inspiration she must be for these girls who've come all the way to race at Henley Royal Regatta and to meet one of the top British crews in their first race. And look how close these two crews are. At the top of the screen, the crew from Headington, perhaps just heading the Ruyton Girls' School crew closest to us. And this looks like being a great race. Headington, no doubt, a bit more familiar with the Henley course, but Ruyton haven't lost a race against schoolgirls for nearly 2 years.
Had a long chat with Matt Wilson, who asked to be remembered to you, and he was very keen that his girls showed how strong they were, and was very, very confident. A lot of people have said this should be the final. Let's see how it's shaping up. Headington are doing their best to unsettle Ruyton, and by the looks of it, spoil their victorious record, because that is a very impressive move they've made. They only arrived back from a field trip in Europe last night. They actually took a boat with them out to France and did more training there with their coach Ryan Demain, whose birthday it is today. So this is going to be some celebration to return and beat a crew, as you said, previously unbeaten for so long. The crack crew in this event is a very impressive achievement, and also what a start to the week.
Yes, and Headington have not only got one of the best junior women's coaches in Great Britain, and in fact a junior world champion coach from 2010, very experienced. The oars women in the Headington crew also have featured in both English crews in the home internationals and in Great Britain crews, and are showing a clean set of blades to the Ruyton Girls' School crew, who may have met their match champions in Australia, but at an international level are not looking as if they're going to get past the Headington School and past Wednesday's racing.
I know there'll be a big following. That's what Matt Wilson was saying, and you would probably concur. Back in Melbourne, it's going to be, what, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? If you're watching on YouTube in Melbourne, a very good morning to you. It's good afternoon here. John Bolt, we would love to tell you that your crew is going to power its way back. With what, they're down by a length, or they have made just a little bit of an impact. They've stepped up, I think, their rating, but I think it's asking too much for this last stretch of the 2-kilometre course, that Headington are going to lose their way. This has been a very, very impressive performance, but after all, they are up against, that is, the Ruyton Girls' School, up against Headington, who've won their 8th consecutive championship girls' 8th title at the National Schools Regatta. They won the Henley Women's Regatta, the Schools Head of the River. This is a wonderful 8, and or a wonderful crew rather, and you would have been a great final too, I think.
But yes, and they came out of the 8 into the quad after the schools season, and doing very well in the sculling form of the boat. And I wonder how much the experience in head-to-head match racing is helping them in this event, whereas the Australian girls never had the chance to race in the match racing format, and it's very different. And Headington, for a number of reasons, experience, coaching, skill, and perhaps knowing the way to row this type of race better, have come out the victors in a race of 2 of the best schoolgirl crews at this regatta.